Welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at pushgapradio.com.
Pushgapradio.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. Pushgapradio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Pushgapradio.com. Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Pushgapradios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome to another episode of Shaka 41 in the main event on pushgapradios.com. Here's the Joe Lewis this week, Dallas, Fort Worth. The Little Mermaid, played by little, pretty, talented Halle Bailey. Got the white folks all up in a Twitter about this young lady playing a fictitious character. We're going to get into that. The racist backlash of The Little Mermaid. Also, my old man used to say, you never got time to do it right, but you always got time to do it over. Shaka 41 in the main event on pushgapradios.com. Dallas, baby. Let's go to work.
Once again, a bunch of internet racists are upset that a fictional character is being played by a black person. And honestly, I don't know what the big deal is. You guys realize that Nemo was black too, right? Yeah, that whole movie was about a fish who can't find his dad. Yeah. Calm down. I can say that because my dad left and he's white, so who's racist now? This is so ridiculous. First of all, of course, the Little Mermaid is black, all right? Everyone whose name starts with Lil is black. Lil Wayne, Lil Nas X, Lil Kim. Honestly, if you heard that there was a woman named Little Mermaid, you just assume that she's on a track with Cardi B, you know? With my wet ass flippers. So look, stop being ridiculous. It's imaginary. You know, I hope this scandal doesn't overshadow the rest of the movie. The Little Mermaid is a beautiful story about a young woman changing her core identity to please a man. Let's not forget about that.
Welcome back to pushgapradios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Been gone a few weeks, guys. Caught the Rona. Okay. Came down on me like a ton of bricks. Still can't taste anything or smell anything. I think my taste and whatnot should be coming back momentarily. I can taste, I guess, a few things. But yeah, had the Rona. Me and Jackie O up in here. So that's why we were gone for the last 2-3 weeks. And we're back now. So today's show is about the racist backlash of The Little Mermaid. You been checking that out? See how these white folks is twisted up in the game, nigga, over The Little Mermaid? Some fictitious crap. You understand me? Why are you upset? It's fictitious. It's a cartoon. Well, let's get into it and explain to you what's been going down with the white folks when it comes to The Little Bitty Mermaid. Now, white people are upset because The Little Mermaid is black. I love it. Little Mermaid is black. We finna make a whole lot of other things black. Okay? What was that guy named? Life is like a box of chocolates. Okay? We gonna make him black. Okay? They upset about Lord of the Rings, this, that, and the third, but we're gonna get into all of that. White folks is in a tither because The Little Mermaid is black. First off, it's a damn mermaid. So there's that. Secondly, again, it's fictitious. It's not even real. She could be purple, blue, polka dots. It ain't real, fam. See how they get twisted up? See how they get twisted up. They got a lot more dislikes than likes. Disney had to cut off the dislike feature. And the white folks said the little show should go sleep with the fishes, as they succinctly put it. Okay. But yeah, 1.5 million dislikes for a black mermaid that ain't even real. They don't want a black mermaid. I hope it's the biggest movie of the year myself. Okay. I hope it is. The mermaid is black and you upset. Get the hell out of here, man. Remember The Wiz? When they redid The Wiz back in the 70s, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross? They were upset about that as well when they did the redo of it. They hated that too, remember? They're worried about white erasure, as if white people are now or have ever been historically underrepresented in fantasy films, which is what this is. And it all felt like a twisted version of the argument. You remember former Fox News Channel anchor Megyn Kelly once made the statement and insisted that Santa Claus was white. Fictitious. That nigga don't exist. Nigga, my birthday, Christmas Day. Santa Claus was not a white man. Santa Claus was a black man named JT who went to work every damn day. Okay? That's how you got them goodies up under the tree. But I digress. You're upset about something that's fictitious, something that's not even real. It's mythical. Man, this is killing me. Again, white people are upset because The Little Mermaid is being played by Halle Bailey, a black singer. But let's look at the facts. Why there's the backlash for The Little Mermaid, but none for The Woman King. That'll be another video coming down the pipe this week. And we'll get into that in the next video, The Woman King, like I just stated. Now, here's the real story about The Little Mermaid.
So first of all, good morning. I know I'm not even going to hold y'all. There's a lot going on. So we going to start at the top and we just going to work our way down, okay? We're going to play a little catch up today. So here we go, starting with The Little Mermaid, because it's very interesting to see so many bucker out here getting in their feelings because they don't really understand that they're the ones that got the story wrong, not us. So I'm going to break this down as quickly as possible for y'all. I keep trying to remind you, Palm people, y'all didn't create nothing. You just stole everything. There's a difference. Whitewashing things does not mean that you created the things. And the idea of a mermaid being and not is 100% in y'all heads. And it's because racism has got y'all so confused that you don't know the facts from fiction. So I'm gonna help you out. Now y'all out here talking about this girl should be Danish because Hans Christian Andersen wrote this story in 1836. Sometime during and after the transatlantic slave trade. Okay. Somehow, though, in the process of this slave trade, it wasn't just people that you human trafficked across the globe. It was stories as well. And the story that y'all took this concept from was the Yoruba people in Africa's tale of the demi-goddess Yemaya. Yemaya was originally brought over to what is now known as Cuba during the transatlantic slave trade. For years, these people worshipped this Orisha, this African deity, who is commonly depicted as a mermaid. However, since Cuba was occupied and colonized by Catholic Spaniards, the practice of Santeria was illegal. Therefore, they stopped allowing the people there to worship this Orisha and instead replaced her with what y'all refer to now as the Virgin Mary. Both entities are commonly seen in all blue. Both deities are seen as holy mother figures shown dressed in blue and white. One seen as giving birth to the Son of God, and one gave birth to all living things. I'll fill you in now, it was the black one. And while the Virgin Mary is always depicted as some very pale white woman, Yemaya was always a dark-skinned black woman. Yemaya is one of the most nurturing of all the Orishas. So, as you can see, the concept of mermaid was created by black people, not white people. Therefore, none of them would have been white because y'all weren't with us until y'all started colonizing the world like that. Therefore, this is just another example now of y'all stealing an idea from black people, whitewashing all of the characters and making them your own. And we know that you do this throughout time and history. Y'all go throughout all of modern creation, finding everything that you had nothing to do with and painting your face on it. Y'all did it with Cleopatra being portrayed as Elizabeth Taylor. You did it with the Lone Ranger, and we're not going to even start with the racism that is Tonto. You did it with Betty Boop. Do I even need to say anything more? Bronze skin, hair of wool, and somehow this is what y'all came up with? And we are supposed to listen to y'all about who's really... Now let's jump ahead past 1836 with Hans. 1989, Disney takes the same appropriated story, dumbs it down for kiddies, and makes it less violent than the original, because for as many people are so hard up on how the story is not being depicted accurately based on the skin color of Haley compared to the story that Hans wrote, y'all are not pressed about the fact that Hans's version was far more dark and gruesome than the Disney version. But let's continue. So then Disney goes ahead and depicts this same character from Hans' story as a red-haired girl with white skin, a Caribbean crab for a sidekick, and a Greek god for a dad. Yet again, you're worried about accuracy? And now, 33 years later, y'all grown-ass adults are in your feelings because the story has finally been corrected to depict a mermaid the way that we told y'all they looked in the first place in the Yoruba history, as black and not white. Make it make sense. You didn't even come up with the concept first. You didn't even come up with the story first. You didn't even get the story right after the other guy wrote the story inaccurately. And now you're mad because you have to look at a brown-skinned mermaid? Have y'all not been listening to the Haitians and Jamaicans that have been telling y'all about mermaids all the time on TikTok? They didn't see no white girls in that water? What y'all talking about? But you know what really gets me about this whole thing, this whole kerfluffle y'all have started about this entire film? It's the fact that y'all palm-colored people, y'all buckra want to go out here and tell people what mermaids look like, but couldn't tell the difference between this and this. Shut up.
Yeah. It's sad. The white dude didn't even make up the story. Now I want to show you how images affect us. How it affects people globally. That's how you have television. Television. It's used to brainwash. Images are very powerful. Images for our children are very powerful. And this is what white people figured out years ago. And this is how they control us through movies, TV, and music. Check out these little black girls' reaction to a black Little Mermaid.
This is how black kids reacted to the new Little Mermaid being black.
Is it? I wish I could. She's a black girl. Yeah, I can see. She's black! She's black! Yes! She's black! Mama, she's black! What? She's like me!
But now take a look at this one. Now, it was kind of funny to me, but this little stupid-ass white boy came on here. And, you know, he is kind of directing his racism at us. But these people are mediocre. I've told you that in another video. Let me show you why these mediocre-ass white folks is so upset by the image of some fantasy shit.
Out of the sea.
Mommy! She looks like me! She's so pretty, Mommy! Look! Look, Mommy! She's so pretty! Mommy! Mommy!
Yeah. You see the hate? Same thing when Black Panther came out. Remember? White folk talking about, oh, you niggas think Wakanda is real. But look how they dress up for Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Comic-Con. They dress up in all this stupid shit. We get one thing that we dress up for, and now they want to throw shade. Mediocre. If you're so great, why do you have to tell anyone that you're great? It's just sad. Black Panther comes along, and they just want to just clown us over getting into it like they get into it over all this other fantasy crap. Why? Because they don't want us having positive images of ourselves. You notice in the movies, as black people, we always play pimps and criminals and jailbirds and whatnot. That's all they did when they finally let us in after the blackface deal thingy. They don't want you to have strong black images. That's what Black Panther was, Wakanda. A strong black image. That shit scared white people. Scared white people. They couldn't deal with that. Okay? But images are very powerful. They want to keep us mentally subjugated and colonized. And that's very important for white people. These people are mediocre. Who shows the world that white folk ain't shit? Black people do. That's why they burnt down Black Wall Street. Burnt it down because you told the world that we were inferior and we wasn't about crap, and then look what we built. You couldn't let that get out to the world. You got the world believing we need you white folks. Come on now. Not only is Ariel, the Little Mermaid, a fictional character, she's a fictional being. Okay? Just showed you the backstory on where the tale of mermaids came from. Came from us. Black folk. Came from us, fam. Not Hans Christian Andersen. They stole that like they stole everything else of ours. Mermaids don't even exist, fam, at all. They're not even real. Just like most of white folk stuff. All their stuff is fictitious. All their heroes are fictitious. Got their panties in a damn wad over a mythical character. Now, Little Mermaid is a character that different cultures have had their own rendition or versions of. But the white folk just crying and whining because she is not portrayed by a little white girl. The reason that they're upset because the black women in America can only be portrayed in this country is three things. Animals and Disney characters and whatnot. Hoes, twerking and whatnot. And being masculine. Again, the woman king. We'll get into that in another video. But that's what they want. That's what they want. Woman king video be coming down later on this week, so please be on the lookout for that. Now, none of this is based on facts, and white folk do not consider black women to be beautiful, soft, and feminine. They don't see you that way, queen. They see you as this ghetto, hood, ratchet, twerking, just a caricature. That's why when you see black shows on television, you be like, man, how did that get in there? That's white people's interpretation of us. You ever see gay black guys? How they go over the top with trying to act like a black woman? Now, are there a few black women that act like that? Sure. But is it the majority? Of course not. It wasn't my grandmama. Wasn't my mama. But this is their image of what a black woman should be and should be portrayed as in their media. When it comes to us, they need to reinforce the mental colonization. They don't want their little white daughters looking at the Little Mermaid as a version of a young, pretty little black girl. They don't want that. You ever notice? I did a show some months ago on blacks in the media. Do you ever notice when black women are portrayed on televisions and the movies, it's always some fat black chick? The white girl, the Asian girl, the Hispanic girl, all beautiful. They're intimidated when you bring a gorgeous black woman on there. This white chick, 26 years old, you swear up and down, she was collecting pension. But they need their kids, their children, to see white women as soft and feminine, not black girls. You need to peep game. A lot of you perhaps don't even pay attention to what's going on in the media and how you're being portrayed to the world. Whether it's real or fictitious, matters not. We talking about a damn mermaid. Some shit that don't even exist in nature. But whether real or pretend, black women are not depicted as soft, pretty, and feminine. Gotta be rough and tough. Okay, gotta be thugged out. You gotta be the woman king. Black women always depicted as hardcore. Did you see The Queen Latifah movie on Netflix over the weekend. We checked it out. Trying to find the name of it. Her and Ludacris had this new movie out. End of the Road is what it was called. And End of the Road, who did all the fighting? If you saw the movie, no spoilers. I'm not going to tell you about the movie. But in the movie, who did all the fighting? Queen Latifah. Ludacris is shown as a cowardly ass black man. Check it out if you already haven't. It was a pretty decent movie, you know. You have to suspend reality a little bit, okay? But overall, it was a great movie. Not great, it was decent. Black Panther was great. But it was a decent movie. It's well worth your time. So that's a review here from Push Gap Radios. But yeah, Luda was portrayed as this cowardly black dude. And they want to keep it that way, like it's always been in America. Ariel, the Little Mermaid, is a character that is mythological, and they ass is pissed off that she is being played by a black girl, Halle Bailey. It's fictitious. Again, she could be purple, blue, or polka dot. It don't matter. The shit ain't real. But it matters to white people because perceptions and images are very, very powerful. But you know who has the biggest problem with her being black? White men. You notice that? Go on TikTok and put up Little Mermaid reactions. Go to YouTube and pull up Little Mermaid reactions. Who's pissed off?
They just dropped their first trailer for the woke Little Mermaid film, the film that has already received a massive amount of backlash online, particularly because of the red flags that we have seen with them choosing to go woke over telling a good story. This is a problem that Disney has really suffered from a lot over the past few years. We continue to see remake after remake, movie after movie that Disney puts out get completely ratioed on YouTube. So as you can see, that is exactly what is happening here with The Little Mermaid. It currently sits at 36,000 downvotes compared to 25,000 upvotes. This trailer honestly could have had having a worse ratio than the Pinocchio film, the woke Pinocchio film that they just put out on Disney Plus a little bit ago. And it's not going to get as bad as Rings of Power, but this is just yet another sign that people are sick and tired of the just slew of garbage that companies like Disney and Amazon continue to give us, because it's very evident, it's very clear that they have no intention of honoring the source material or telling a good story. The thing that they're most focused on are their political agendas, their political ideologies, and the woke messaging.
Admit the child in there. That's who mad. Halle Bailey is a young, pretty, and talented black girl. All the things that their daughter ain't. And white men don't like that. Again, it comes from this false perception that whiteness is superior. Your daughter's not talented and pretty like that. Your little white daughter's mediocre. Okay? Told you in another show. Niggas ain't shit because white folk told you niggas ain't shit. White folks are superior because white folk told you they superior. Halle Bailey, young, pretty, and talented, sang. I think she's a protege of Beyonce from what I heard in doing my research. Not really 100% sure about all that, but yeah, I'm quite sure Beyonce probably took her under her wing. That's what it should be. But white men don't like that. Now, if she was on there twerking, they'd be all on board with that. They'd applaud that kind of behavior. Because she'd be doing what they expect black women to do in this culture war we have going on in America for the last 450 years. But what was the real story of The Little Mermaid? Here's that.
The Little Mermaid is also not connected to the source material at all either. The source material is like a myth based off of mythical creatures that, again, do not exist, and based off the idea that this mermaid at 15 gets to go up to the fucking sea level, falls in love with the man, and then comes back down, trades her voice with the opportunity to go walk on land, and if she doesn't fall in love, the guy doesn't fall in love with her within a certain amount of time, she dies. That's the story. That's the actual story.
Well, I forgot that's what happened.
That she no. This is not the Little Mermaid. That's not the Little Mermaid story. That's the original story that they're basing this off of.
Oh wow.
Yeah. In this story, they just so happen to fall in love with one another, so she doesn't get to die. Ah. So it's a bunch of things. Also, in the original story, the mermaid's name. I don't think the mermaid has a name, but it's not Ariel. Ariel is a fucking It's a Hebrew name. That's not even it's a Hebrew male name.
How the fuck do you know these things?
Research it. Ariel is not even a Dutch name. It's a Hebrew man's name. Also, in the fucking Little Mermaid, her father is Triton, based off of Poseidon, which is off of Greek mythology, not Dutch. Like, there's several things that are not real about it, nor there's several things that actually go to the source material. So y'all talking about source material, nigga? The original Little Mermaid is not based off of the original source material. So what the fuck are y'all talking about?
That's a great point.
Great point, man.
Yeah, that's the real premise. She wanted to fall in love with a human being. Now, why are white folks so upset about white erasure as they feel? You will not replace us. If the white women don't start having babies, you're going to get replaced. If not by us, by all of the immigrants you're letting in here. Real quick, getting off topic, I like to applaud old Willie. Willie is Greg Abbott, the governor of the great state of Texas. They call him Willie because he's in a wheelchair. But yeah, shipping all them people up to New York and Washington and whatnot. See, it's all right long as you send them to my front door. But when I send them to you, now we got a problem. You the one said it's cool for them to come here. I digress. But white folks are scared because their numbers are falling. By 2040, they will no longer be the majority in America. And they're scared to death that black people are going to do to them, black people are going to want to treat them like they treated us. See, the white folk believe in the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. The platinum rule is do unto others as they should be treated. Paraphrasing. But yeah, that's what they fear, that their numbers are going to go down and we're going to enslave them. Now, White House Communication Director Pat Buchanan wrote 20, 30 years ago that what I just stated, white people believe in the golden rule of doing to others as you would have others do unto you. That's who wrote that. That's who said that. They fear that. See, in America, to white folks, white means purity and goodness. Black means savagery and evil. Time to grow up, white folk. You're rolling on an ideology from 450 years ago, fam. Racism, to a degree, is dying out amongst them youngsters. They ain't on board with all that. They just not. And it's sad. But again, like you just heard, the basis of the story is the Little Mermaid wants to go to the surface and falls in love with a man, comes back down and trades her voice for the opportunity to walk on land. And if the dude don't fall in love with her in a certain amount of time, she dies. It's not the core of the story that she be a little white girl. That doesn't matter. Stories where race is a part of the story. Let's look at somebody like Luke Cage, based on a black guy in Harlem. That has a lot to do with the story. Okay. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, is based in Africa. Black people. It's a part of the story. It all ties into the storyline. Would it make a difference if Luke Cage was white? Probably, because it's about a black guy in the hood in Harlem. Let's look at Mulan. About an Asian woman, her race is ingrained into the character, as well as the storyline. Just like Luke Cage, the story revolves around him being black. First off, the Little Mermaid story has already been told. So how do you know it's going to be a bad story based off a 1-minute trailer? Listen to this white guy.
The underlying assumption there is only white actors and actresses are good. That's why he's saying that.
That's basically what it was for many years, what it was back in the 90s. All right, Max Winter says, a black actor playing the Little Mermaid really is a case of white erasure. All forms of art, including fairy tales, are meant to be reflections of the author's experiences and observations. Hans Christian Andersen probably based the Little Mermaid based on experiences he went through in his home country of Denmark. So it makes sense that most of his characters would be white, since that's the world and the people he was surrounded by. Yeah, I'm given the way that we deal with these sorts of issues, I'm sympathetic to that. Now, I would be fine, like we talked about yesterday. We don't have to rehash the entire thing, but if we all agreed that race in films and TV shows, especially fictional stories, don't matter, and we're going to take a kind of colorblind casting approach, and it doesn't matter as long as the actor is good. If we could all agree on that, then I'd be on board. And as I said, also, by the way, with The Little Mermaid, can we also just mention that just from a scientific perspective, okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone with darker skin who lives deep in the ocean. I mean, if anything, not only should The Little Mermaid be pale, she should actually be translucent. If you look at deep sea creatures, they're like translucent. They have no kind of pigmentation whatsoever. And they're just like these horrifying, they look like skeletons floating around in the ocean. That's what the Little Mermaid should look like. She should be totally pale and skeletal, where you can see her skull through her face. And that would actually be a version of Little Mermaid that I would watch.
Mm-hmm. White men just hating. She had to fall in love with a guy within a certain amount of time or she died. That's the original story of the Little Mermaid. In this story, they just fall in love and she doesn't get to die. As you probably know, white folk ain't even giving the movie a chance. They looked at the trailer and figured, oh man, it's trash. It ain't gonna be. Nigga, it don't matter what color the Little Mermaid is. In China, they probably have an Asian Little Mermaid. In India, a lot of places around the world that produce their own movies and show their own shows. They probably have a license to do the Little Mermaid too. What about Pocahontas? Indian has something to do with the story. Their race, ethnicity, and background are all part of the storyline. Little Mermaid, not so much. In Mulan, they're in an Asian country. The imagery, the culture, the references, it's all Asian based. So could Mulan be black? Not really. Could she be white? Definitely not. It's based on the location, the culture, etc. Pocahontas, the same thing. Little Mermaid ain't that. Just a loose adaptation of the story, a made-up world. Fiction, not based in any real world realities. Okay. Disney bought Marvel. Have you seen some of the characters in Marvel films? Characters of other races and ethnicities played by white folk. But now it's a black mermaid and white folk getting all upset about some mythical, fictitious stuff, man. Cinderella story already exists. Gang other fictitious ass stories already exist. You're not telling the story. The story's already been told. You just focusing on the aesthetics of the story, you know? The beauty of it, the imagery of it. Matters not what color or race or ethnicity is playing the role. But the white folk it do. Because they feel they're being axed out. Sad and stupid. Story's already there, fam. And now that they're making a live adaptation with real people, white folk upset that the main character, the main fictitious character, is black. American racism at its finest, fam. Same thing with Will Smith and Aladdin. You remember that? That story already exists. Does it really matter what Aladdin is? Will Smith was damn blue. Okay. Nigga, who is you talking to? Will Smith was blue. I hadn't watched it. I seen excerpts of it. You know, I saw when it first came out, the interviews and whatnot. I think Will Smith did a great job. And I'm not into that sort of thing. That's not my genre. White folk problem is not with the story. It's with the race of the Little Mermaid. You can BS yourself. Don't try to BS us, fam. We know what it is. It's what it's always been with us. Your inherent ass racism, your stupidity, your immaturity, your childlike nature, your mediocrity, white people, that you should be the only one. Remember back in the day, Elizabeth Taylor and them? Playing Cleopatra and Ramses and Yul Brynner and them playing Egyptians? No problem then, huh? It's a damn mermaid. Fictitious ass mermaid. They see the trailer and just judging the book by the cover, so they think, but you just mad because she's black. Black girl playing the main character. Disney don't care about politics. That's what some white folks are saying. Oh, with Disney, it's about politics. No, it ain't. Disney could give a damn. Disney trying to generate $1. You remember they used to say black movies didn't sell well overseas and Black Panther tore that ass out the frame? Number one. And then the next little Marvel movie came out. White people start coming online demanding that other white people go see it so that they can make it number one and knock Black Panther out of that position. Remember that? Sad. Predicated on racism, these people ain't got no heroes. Not in real life. All they heroes are losers. You know, all the statues and monuments that they put up, them niggas is losers. The hell, you lost the war and all you keep throwing up is these damn losers, nigga. I don't get it. But yeah, Disney don't care about no damn politics. Disney care about the almighty dollar. And that's why they pandering to a black audience. They know black people will go out and support it because we don't get many movies or shows representing us. Again, just like the overwhelming support we gave to Black Panther. Hollywood know that we will support a good black movie. Case in point, you remember when Cynthia Erivo played Harriet Tubman? No, sweetie. No. Here's some English guy playing Michael Jackson. So you get other people to play our heroes. You had the other guy playing Martin Luther King. But you ain't finna let another race or ethnicity nigga play Frank Sinatra. Damn sure ain't gonna let him play Elvis. But you'll let him play our people, right? Hell, even you will play us. Because you have no heroes, fam. All your heroes are fictitious. From Batman to Spider-Man to Captain America. They're all fictitious. Who are your real heroes, white people? The Indians have Sitting Bull. The Asians, whoever their heroes are, you know who ours are. Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, Fred Hampton, MLK, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Harriet Tubman. We have real life heroes. Where are yours? You have none. That's why you have to portray other people's. Hollywood figures if we support more black art, we'll get more black art. And even then, Disney and the rest of Hollywood don't give a damn about black people. They made the mermaid black so they can generate as much loot as possible. And that's the only reason they're pandering to black people. Now, when it comes to diversity, Hollywood has a problematic history as I just stated a few minutes ago, not only in the types of stories it brings to the screen, but also in deciding who gets to tell them stories. Who gets to tell your story? I hate to say it, but Tyler Perry got a whole studio and still produces bullshit. I would figure after Black Panther, Tyler Perry, you would have came up with something else instead of this one crappy movie you had. Felicia Rashad was in it. And you got the white man. You got the white man back here drinking out of a glass with no water. And Felicia Rashad. And eating on a fork with with no food on it. Horrible. A fall from grace. That's what I'm doing when I'm typing and not paying attention to you. A fall from grace. You see the editing in there? Why didn't Tyler Perry come out with something black? White folk ain't gonna let him do it. Who's gonna distribute it? That's who controls music, movies, television shows, distribution. It's another show we'll get into a week or two from now. It's all about distribution. Again, we're talking about diversity in Hollywood. Who gets to tell your story? The common practice of casting white actors to play people of other races is emblematic of this fraught issue. In classic films, Shirley Temple's blackface, John Wayne's portrayal of the Mongolian ruler Genghis Khan stand out as examples of harmful racist representation. And even with the heightened awareness of race issues today, this trend known as whitewashing is still alive and well in modern filmmaking. Even A-list actors like Angelina Jolie and Ben Affleck have been under fire for portraying Black and Latino real-life figures. Told you about Harriet Tubman here a little bit ago. You recall when Harriet screenwriter Gregory Allen Howard revealed that an executive in the 1990s wanted actress Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman, saying it was so long ago, no one's going to know the difference. Nigga, them is our heroes. If black folk don't know nobody else, we know Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers, and Harriet Tubman, nigga. Who you talking to? See, this is how they think you stupid. Ain't nobody gonna know the difference. Yeah, somebody gonna know. According to a 2014 study, Inequality in 700 Popular Films by the University of Southern California, an average of 75.2% of speaking roles in Hollywood went to white actors, and some of those roles were actually portraying characters of color, other ethnicities, other races, but white folk playing them. And now you are upset about the Little Mermaid, nigga? Mediocrity, insecurity. Furthermore, the insistence of casting white actors in lead roles perpetuates the myth that movies starring non-white talents don't sell. I just told you that what they said about Black Panther and other black movies. Oh, globally, black movies don't sell. Nigga, everybody sucks up our culture. Everybody, globally. In America, if black folk don't say it's cool, that shit ain't cool. Niggas ain't shit because white folks said niggas ain't shit. White folks are superior because white folks said they superior. White folks said that black movies don't sell globally. White folks said a lot of damn things. The inaccurate beliefs keeps the cycle of whitewashing based on financial considerations going. The myth that black doesn't travel would be laughable if its perpetuation weren't so damaging. From Will Smith to Denzel Washington, the work of black actors is consumed and celebrated in markets across the globe. Who the hell globally, nigga, don't look at Denzel Washington? Will Smith. You say that because your shit don't compete. The movies you put out, them tired, sorry ass movies you keep putting out. When I watch movies, I like to watch comedies and uplifting things. All white people producing lately is horror films and doom and gloom. All you're doing is rehashing old movies because you people have no creativity. You won't let somebody else come sit at the writer's table. You just keep rehashing the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. Where's your creativity? Our stuff sells globally, fam, from our music to our fashion to the way we walk, the way we talk, even in the movies. We have panache. We have flair. You know, all the stuff you don't have.
Have you lost your mind? I mean, how is it that you can disrespect a man's ethnicity when you know we've influenced nearly every facet of white America? From our music to our style of dress, not to mention your basic imitation of our sense of cool. Walk, talk, dress, mannerisms. We enrich your very existence, all the while contributing to the gross national product through our achievements in corporate America. It's these conceits that comfort me when I'm faced with the ignorant, cowardly, bitter, and bigoted who have no talent, no guts. People like you who desecrate things they don't understand when the truth is you should say, thank you, man, and go on about your way. But apparently you're incapable of doing that. And don't tell me to be cool. I am cool.
Nigga. It's the height of white privilege to think a white person is better equipped to play an Asian character than an Asian person. Next, they're going to be Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Jet Li and whatnot. Because you can't play yourself. You're not good enough to play yourself. Like I stipulated, white folks are upset because they have no heroes. Again, we have Malcolm and MLK. The Indians have Sitting Bull, etc. And who are the white people's heroes? All they monuments and statues are losers. So they get their heroes through TV and movie. That's why they was upset when they talk about Idris Elba playing James Bond. Their heroes are Elvis, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. These are their heroes. No one real or tangible. Again, as I stipulated, they'll play your heroes, but God forbid someone else plays theirs. Told you Cynthia Erivo trying to play Harriet. English guy trying to play Michael Jackson. You notice in The Sopranos and A Few Good Men, Goodfellas, all the mafia movies, 80-90% of the cats in there were Italian. Brings reality to the show. I was a kid watching Yul Brynner and Elizabeth Taylor, and I knew that shit wasn't real, and I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I knew damn well you wasn't no pharaoh. See, I grew up in Gary, Indiana, a black city. They made sure we knew. I went to an all-black school. They made sure we knew. Mr. Graves was the black history teacher. Everybody loved Mr. Graves because he opened our eyes up. By the time we got out into the world, you couldn't pull the wool over our eyes with that crap. Yul Brynner playing an Egyptian pharaoh. Elizabeth Taylor is Cleopatra. Your ass would have passed out in all that damn heat. And because you don't want people to know that black folk built the pyramids, we'll just say the aliens did it. Come on, man. Told you, God forbid somebody else play Frank Sinatra or Elvis, or how about a black Harry Potter? They got this new deal out with Lord of the Rings. They got some black elves in there. These niggas upset about that. Go figure. They upset about that, being some black elves. Elves ain't real either, nigga. Dragons aren't real either, nigga. And you upset. Whiteness is rightness. Upset because Halle Bailey is in a new Disney movie, The Little Mermaid. It's just sad how your racism has just become so ingrained in your petty little mind. 1.5 million dislikes, all because this little girl is black. You people know your time is up, fam. Y'all know it. And you want to go out and create violence and hostility against other races, particularly black folk and Jews. Now, if you was upset with the immigrants, I'd understand that. Let me break something down for you, white people. Ain't nobody replacing you. Your white women ain't having no babies. And in order to keep your race going eventually, you're going to need some black women to produce some babies for you. But they'll be mixed. But again, you'll try to lead them to the white side of their life, you know, like Barack Obama. But these youngsters ain't going for that no more, man. Heard tell of the white lady told her son, well, the white lady's mom, they were over at grandparents' house. Said, well, we don't leave a ring in the bathtub. We not them nasty black people. Nigga, what? A ring ain't got shit to do with you being black. It's all got something to do with your ass being dirty. For centuries, we just divided people on color. No one really acts like that but white people on the planet. Is there anything wrong with a little racial discrimination? No. In your town, I'm sure there's a little Mexico somewhere. But do you think they're racist against you just because they have their own? I'm sure in your town, some of your bigger cities, there is a little Chinatown somewhere, a little Haiti somewhere. But when black folk try to get their own, we being divisive. White folk all out in the suburbs, nigga, they don't want your black ass out there. It's a mental illness with you white people. It's sad. It really is. You ain't no better than nobody else. And you know that. That's why you push it so much. Let me explain something to you, and I'm going to wrap it up here. Oh, the story about the little girl, the little boy who took the bath of his grandparents. The daughter said she wasn't bringing him over to her parents' house anymore because she didn't want him exposed to that racism. White folks know that they're mediocre. That's why they're in everything. That's why they blast themselves all over movies, television, everything. They want you to believe it. If I show it to you enough, imagery is very powerful. How you're being perceived, how you're being portrayed. Very powerful. They know this. You know it too. If I was superior to you, I wouldn't give a damn what you was doing. Straight up. Keep it a band. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys give a damn what Deion Sanders is doing down there at Jackson State in Mississippi? They feel they're superior to Jackson State. If I'm superior to you, what do I care what you do? Remember, they told you a black guy couldn't be a quarterback on a football team. Who dominates today? Black guy would never make it in golf. Next thing you know, there's a tiger in the woods. Althea Gibson, Arthur Ashe, the Williams sisters. See, a lot of this stuff, like hockey and things of that nature, tennis and golf, they're very expensive sports. That's designed to keep black people out. Basketball, all you need is a court and 2 hoops. Football, all you need is a field and 22 cats. You don't need 22. Just need enough to make 2 squads. Don't cost no money. All you need is a ball. Hell, you can hang up a milk crate and play basketball. But hockey, golf, tennis, all these sports require money to participate. That's by design. Upset because a fictional, mythical character, a freaking mermaid, is being played by a black girl. And you white people are on your way out. I'm glad. You white people are trying to find life on another planet. Please go. Please go. Pack up all your stuff, white people. And like your great Frank Sinatra said, fly me to the moon so I can dance amongst the stars. Elon Musk, the guy Branson from Virgin Records, pack your shit up and go. So the rest of us can live a calm, peaceful life. And take this damn rap music with you. Just go. You're not superior, but you already know that. And maybe, just maybe, America would be a better country if you let some Asian people, some Muslim people, some Indian people, and yes, some black people get in office. And I mean Indian, woo, and you know, with the headdress. Let them get into the White House. I understand it's called race because we're all in a race for resources. Dr. Claude Anderson taught me that. And you sit here and every little thing upsets you because it's not portrayed by you. You people ain't shit, and you know that. That's why you push yourself so much. You're on all the billboards. You're in all the magazines. I remember a lady on TikTok the other day screaming about Michelle Obama. See if I can find that.
She's not like fashion magazine pretty, okay?
Do you mean she's not white woman pretty to whatever beauty standards you're used to? This is who she's saying is not pretty, guys. She does not have Eurocentric features. She very much looks like a black woman. She is black woman pretty and white woman pretty, because you could never. I think it should just be a rule of thumb that white people shouldn't discuss the attraction of black people because you don't understand the nuances behind your opinions. And I know there is a reason why you've clipped this specific part of your video, because you want clout. I don't have much clout to give you, but I can give you correction. She's not pretty to you. The reason that some of you think we make everything about race is because you do not understand the nuances and the things that go into you having the opinions you have. We don't make everything about race. The people who built the system made it about race. We're merely observing it. Before you lot come on to tell me it's nothing to do with race, it has everything to do with race. So shut up and go read a book.
She's not pretty. She's not cover girl pretty. She's not chick. She way prettier than you. Maybe I'm a bit biased for two reasons. One, she's black. Two, she's a Capricorn. Go Capricorn. We coming, baby. But you ain't got nothing, white woman, that Michelle Obama got. That woman got degrees. She's a lawyer. She's been first lady. What have you ever done? Oh, you're white. You're white privilege. Halle Bailey is playing the Little Mermaid. I suggest, to piss the white people off even more, check out what Grandmama and them said.
You're black and pretty.
Oh my goodness. They are mad about that. Cause she was white.
With red hair.
Yeah. Oh, they gonna be mad now. They're gonna be mad now. It's a fictitious movie, fam. It's not real. But you think you should play everything. So that who believes you're great? Maybe you're trying to prove to yourself. Them days have come to an end. Your 400-year reign is over. You people had your time. Nothing lasts forever. The Chinese dynasty fell. Rome fell. The British monarchy fell. And I believe America is in the midst of falling down. Michael B. Jordan said it in Black Panther. Is this your king? George W. screwed up the country. Black man came in and fixed it. Did such a great job you elected him again, white folks. It wasn't just black people that put that black man in office. Then you gave us Trump. Now we have sleepy, dementia, adult-minded, Parkinson disease, Alzheimer's disease having ass Joe Biden. Is this the best you white people have to offer? It's time for some new blood, people. It's time to get these folk up out of here. We need more black movies. Tyler Perry, when are you going to stand up? You don't think black people should sit at the table because they ain't ready. You know how nepotism is rampant in Hollywood? Spielberg's kid wasn't ready either. Nicolas Cage, his parents. A lot of stars today had parents and relatives in the business. Francis Ford Coppola. I think Nick Cage is his son or some such. But Tyler Perry don't think we should have that opportunity. Because he wants to be the only nigga at the table. Why don't you get your ass in there, Tyler, and take that mud ear shit down and start making some solid black movies? You in there now. You done got over the wall and you pulled up the ladder and took it with you. You mad because the Little Mermaid is black. You mad because Lord of the Rings got some damn black elves in it. Talking about, well, wasn't no black people back there. Nigga, you the one late to the party with your cave dwelling ass. Black folk been here. We navigated and circumvented the damn globe. The obelisk, the Washington Monument came from Africa. Everything you have, the deeper you dig on this planet, the blacker it gets. You ever see that little skit with Richard Pryor? When he found out that his people created all of this?
This can't be, man. What? You know what this is? What is it, Buddha? It's the book of life. In the beginning, when man arrived on Earth, the black gods did leave their spacecraft, and they walked, and they named the beasts of the sea and the animals of the land. Heavens. And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine. Medicine? They discovered time. These were all black people got down. Wait a minute. There ain't nothing in here about whitey. This is ours, Jack. Wait till the brothers hear this. Buddha. I'm gonna get this book out of here, baby. This tells the real team. Buddha, control yourself, don't you see? What you mean, Jack? Look at this here. Black people started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC. Yes, of course, Buddha. Man, they was getting down. This is it, brother. Yes, everybody gonna know about this. Listen, we can change the history. Civilization will be changed. By all means. Yeah, this is gonna be it.
Take your little daughters to see The Little Mermaid, people. Next week's show, we're going to get into The Woman King with Viola Davis. There are two different arguments about it. But the racist backlash to Halle Bailey playing The Little Mermaid got white folks all in a tither. They see they on their way out. White erasure, fam. White erasure. Never average, never mediocre, online, on point, and on the freaking money. Don't forget, you can check us out at www.pushgapradios.com to log on to either the podcast or to log on to the YouTube channel where we're at Push Gap TV 1. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for making a part of our world, a part of your world. If you could, go to www.pushgapradios.com. Click on our YouTube channel and go click on a subscriber. We were at 6 subscribers. We're up to 19. Okay. Shaq, why are you excited? Because you got 19 subscribers. Every great thing has a beginning. We had to start somewhere. And we're asking you to join us. Don't cost you $1 or a dime. To go there, just hit subscribe. Support a black business, I guess you could say. But take your children to see The Little Mermaid, however you watch it. I'm going to watch it just on the strength, fam. White people are scared. By 2040, they'll be the minority. They already the minority. They keep telling you 13% of the population. It was 13% of the population when your mama was here. It was 13% of the population when your grandmama was here. Those of you of a certain age whose people have now become the ancestors. When your great-grandmama was here, your great-great-grandmama here, you was 13% of the population. Let me tell you something. Black folk ain't filling out that census crap, fam. They just ain't. You want to know how many black people there are? They say there's like 40 million black people in America. I believe it's closer to 60 million. Give out them reparations. And then let's see. And I'm talking about foundational black Americans, ADOS. And watch them come out the woodwork. Black folk ain't signing that stuff, man. The Little Mermaid. Again, go check it out. Thanks for hanging out with us. Pray until something happens. God always provides. At pushgapradios.com, the power is in the name. Never average, never mediocre, online, on point, and on the money. Thanks for hanging out. And we will see you guys on next week. Pushgapradios.com. Dallas, baby. And we're out.
Never average, never mediocre. We're online, on point, and on the money. Chaco Ford won in the main event only on pushgapradios.com.
Pushgapradios.com. It's Dallas, baby.